Welcome to the Love Holistic Living podcast, your roadmap to heal and align mind, body, and soul and become intuitive through food, pleasure, and spirituality with your host and Italian friend, Sara Garofalo. Hey, it's your friend Sara, and in today's episode, I wanted to talk about how can healthy comfort food help you heal your gut. And you're probably going to be wondering, what the heck am I talking about? For food and healing your gut don't really go together. Well, in my opinion, they do. And I'm going to start with a short story of actually, it happened this morning. I got off a consultation call with a lady that is trying to heal her gut, is trying to heal her body. And she said, I keep having these self-sabotaging behaviors and thoughts towards sugar. It's been like that all my life, and it seems that I can't break it. But I want to try this carnivore diet to heal my gut. And I stopped her for a second and I was like, okay, tell me why you want to do this carnivore diet. And she's like, well, I'm following this other coach, who is recommending this, but it just feels like every time I try, I can't follow through. And that is exactly what happens with a subconscious blockage. So that is the first sign to me that there is a subconscious blockage there that we need to look at of why she goes there. But I can pretty much break it down for you in a general way today, what is happening to her, which is the same thing that happened to me, which is you can't heal fully your body and your gut on a super restrictive diet that doesn't contain comfort foods. I'm going to say that again. You can't heal properly when you take away the comfort food that nourishes your soul. And you're going to be like, Sara, what are you talking about? I can't heal my gut while eating pizza or having mac and cheese. And I can tell you, yes, you can. You just have to cook it in another way. That doesn't mean that it's going to taste gross. It just means that it's going to be still pleasurable, but we're going to make it so that the gut is not impacted by those harmful ingredients. And you're going to say, so then how? And I'm going to say, well, check out my book, mangiacookbook.com, because that's what I birthed when I was struggling with my gut. I birthed the recipes that contain comfort food, panna cotta, tiramisù, lasagna, spaghetti, risotto, and other yummy recipes, as well as the healthy ones like curry and spirulina, protein balls, and soups and salads. But a healthy, balanced lifestyle must contain comfort. Why? Because what was happening to me? So I'm going to take you back about 5 years ago now. I was in an emotionally toxic and abusive relationship, and my body started to not respond. I started having leaky gut, and worst, the doctor was like, you're developing an autoimmune disorder. So, your choice. You're going to continue this way, you're going to live with this, or something must change. And I know what he meant when he said that. I also look at my lab tests, they were rock bottom. And so I started my journey, the physical, emotional, and spiritual journey, left a relationship that was hard itself. I was recovering, but I wasn't only recovering physically, I was also recovering emotionally. And let me tell you, going through a hardcore divorce, high conflict divorce in the middle of a pandemic, and take it with, take what you need out of this situation. To me, that was like the worst of what, the peak of my life, the darkest moment that I've ever gone through. And thank God it's done. But I know out there that this can resonate at some level. My body wasn't responding. And the more healthy foods, like in terms of boring salads I was trying to eat, the more I was dreaming comfort Italian foods. Now, that's the food that is nourishing to my soul. If your culture is, Vietnamese or Indian or Mexican, maybe you're dreaming of burritos. I don't know. Or something else. I don't know the culture, but all I'm saying is our roots matter. If we connect with the roots, and maybe your childhood food was mac and cheese, that's totally okay. That is nourishing for your soul, okay? That is the soul piece that must be taken into consideration. So, what I did, I realized that in order to fully heal, I needed to create recipes that were good for my gut and healthy for my soul. Equal emotional stability. I don't know if you follow this, but I started, going through at least 10 days of hardcore protocol that I teach my clients. That is a cleansing protocol where you fast and then you have khichdi, which is an Ayurvedic meal that is really good for your gut, and you have bone broth and all of that. I'm not saying we're not doing that when healing, but after that, after I restore that first 10 days, I started reintroducing foods again that were good, you know, for my gut and healthy for my soul. So gluten free and dairy free. That's when I birthed the cookbook. Again, it's an Italian and Ayurvedic cookbook. Italians really emphasize pleasure, like the comfort foods, that it's nourishing for the soul. And Ayurveda, it's an ancient holistic medical system designed to help you heal mind, body, and soul that was originated in India more than 5,000 years ago. I'm certified in that. So I had the medicinal background and holistic background to regulate the body, right? So I put the two together. Hey, exciting news! Do you want to go to Italy with me on a culinary and spiritual journey? Do you want to experience Italy through the eyes of an Italian? Join me for an intimate luxury women's retreat in June 2024 with good food, good company, meditation, healing, soul provoking conversations to help you rest, rejuvenate, and awaken your soul. This event will be shared with 7 other women in one of the most beautiful local towns in northern Italy. Spots are limited, and if interested, visit loveholisticliving.com/Italy-retreat. Again, loveholisticliving.com/Italy-retreat. So excited. And one day I ate gluten-free spaghetti. I have spaghetti alla carbonara in here, which are made with turmeric, right? Spice, which is so good for blood cleansing and inflammatory properties. And also, I have the dairy-free panna cotta, which tastes so amazing and it's so light, but it's also so good. And I have tiramisu again, and I have an avocado chocolate mousse, which tastes divine. But I also have fettuccine alfredo. What I used was a cream of cashews, which is high in nutrients and is fully, and I bought the gluten-free fettuccine at Whole Foods. I also made mac and cheese. So I created recipes again that were comforting for the kids and I because I needed that at that time. So, bottom line of this short episode is that you must contain all of it. A healthy, balanced lifestyle, especially during your healing journey, cannot be restrictive, but it needs to be healthy for your gut. So, what are the things that I suggest you do to heal your gut when you're in recovery mode? Well, first of all, you start your morning with lemon water, room temperature or warm to activate that metabolism. Then it's best to remove gluten and dairy. That was life changing for a while. I'm not saying forever because after 3 years, my gut fully recovered. I didn't feel I was restricting myself. I didn't feel any guilt when I was eating desserts or comfort food because I felt at my best. My energy started to increase. I was able to be present with the kids. I was able to run with the kids. I was able to build a business in my free time. So don't ever underestimate the power of healing your gut that is going to impact your mood, that is going to impact your abilities to manifest a successful life. And I also, again, recommend the dairy free and gluten free because they are inflammatories for the gut. And I know there are some controversies opinion about this, but I felt it myself and I've seen a lot of improvements with all my clients. Again, I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying that you need to do whatever you need to do at some point to heal your gut. And working with a functional medical doctor at that time, he told me the same thing like, remove dairy and gluten, and here's your lab test. Now, I had the ability because I'm certified in it and like I understand food to create a whole meal plan and a whole book. And I know people don't have that ability. Like when the doctor tells you eat this way, most people are like, I don't know what to do. I'm not comfortable in the kitchen. So if you feel that way, you still want to feel at your best, heal your gut, but maintain pleasure in your life, then go ahead and grab your mangiacookbook.com, which is not just a health cookbook. There are chapters that are guiding you through your healing journey with your body. But I hope that this was helpful to understand how powerful healthy comfort foods are for your gut. And everything starts in your gut. Every disease starts in your gut. So if you think of, I have acne, it starts in your gut. If you're like, I am dealing with anxiety and depression, believe me, you can manage it through managing your gut. And I know people do it the reverse way. They start acting and healing their emotional and spiritual side. But if you don't also heal the body stays behind. And then what happens is you're there with your emotional and spiritual body, but your physical is not responding. And it's kind of like bringing you down and is kind of lowering the speed of your manifestation process of where you're trying to go because your body's not responding. And so I tell people the body is the foundation of your home. That foundation, that house is not going to be stable. So I always start with the body first with clients, or I recommend this, and then you can move up to the emotional and spiritual. It's much more powerful this way than the reverse way. But if you've done it the reverse way, don't worry. Just focus on that body and then seal it all together. And that was it for today. Thank you so much for listening with your Italian friend, Sara Garofalo.